in case people actually want to try to sign in here. But welcome to our Monday class that we usually have down at the Community Center for the Campbell City Schools, technically Lowellville, Ohio. I'm so excited to be able to share practice with you guys here this evening in my yoga room. I keep trying to shift it around to find the best angle so that the camera's far enough away that you actually get to see. So eventually you're going to get to see my whole yoga room. But just as a little bit of a warning, for those of you who practice with me, you know that I don't come with a script that's prepared. I just go by what you guys need, and sadly, you aren't with me. So maybe sadly for you, you're just stuck with what I need for today. And I'm not going to have you to pace me, so I will be very mindful of the fact that you guys are practicing with me. I see some of you signing on, and I'm really happy to see you, so yay. I know that for some of us, we've been home for a little bit and looking ahead for a little bit more, and so we find our bodies a little bit stiff, and I'm going to try to help with loosening up some of our lower back and some of those areas that need some attention to bring heat back into the body and to help us get the blood flowing again and just to feel alive again in this cold, cold climate that we live in. We're blessed to live in, right? All right, so I'll try to shift every now and then in case I'm doing something a little wonky that you're not familiar with, to make sure that you can see what the heck I'm talking about, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along. But as with any time that we practice together, remember this is about you and your body, so whatever feels good for you, you modify the poses, the positions, so that they work for you. And this is the best of that world, because nobody else is looking at you but you. So you do what feels comfortable, what feels right, what feels good, and when we're all done, we're all going to feel better. So let's begin by just sitting in any comfortable position that you can find yourself in. And we'll start, as always, by listening to the sound of our breaths to try to quiet our minds, to try to just bring our awareness and our presence to this moment, not worrying about what's going on outside, not worrying about what's coming tomorrow or what happened yesterday. With every exhale, just try to let go of one more thought, one more to-do thing, and quiet the mind. As we become more present on the mat, we begin each practice by setting an intention. So let's press our palms together at the heart center and let the chin sink to the chest. And just think for a moment about what either brought you here to the mat or what you hope to accomplish from your time together here this evening. And we'll lift our heads up. Begin by just breathing. So as we inhale, we'll lift the hands all the way up. Exhale slowly with the breath, exhaling the entire time, all the way to the earth. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, open slowly. Inhale just the right hand up and over for a side stretch. Wake up that spine a bit. Keep the shoulders open, that right sits bone nice and heavy on the mat. And relax the left elbow. Try to think about every exhale, just surrendering a little bit more, letting go. And we'll bring that right hand to the back of the right ear, elbow still open nice and wide. And draw the elbow down towards the earth and open up. Bring the left hand up off of the mat and we'll come up to center. Exhale, both hands down. Left hand will reach up and over for a side stretch. Relax with your exhale. Draw the left hand back behind the left ear. And the left elbow will come down towards the right. Open back up. Engage that core so that you can draw the right hand off the mat and come back up to center. Exhale, both hands down. Walk the hands forward. And exhale, relax into a forward fold here. Try to just relax the back and the neck so that the head goes into our ragdoll feeling. And we'll walk the hands back. We're going to go directly into a spinal twist, so our right hand will go to that left knee. Left hand can either support yourself behind so that you can stay upright, nice and tall, or maybe that left hand can wrap around and grab the inside of that right thigh, really opening up the shoulder. Keep a hold of the right hand of that left knee. And we're going to let that left hand release and come all the way around and grab the right knee. And with your exhale, forward fold. And roll back up to a seated position. Left hand to the right knee, right hand either behind or wrap all the way around. Releasing the bind, right hand over to the left knee. Exhale, forward fold. Then we'll roll up. Release the hands. Go ahead and straighten the legs out in front of us into that staff pose. Every time we're seated, we're trying to really work on tilting the pelvis forward. You'll feel that in our hamstrings. Feel the energy coming out of the crown of your head. And as you exhale, continue that flow of the energy as we forward fold. Roll back up into a seated position, drawing that right knee in. Give it a good hug before it crosses over the left leg. Left arm hugs. And starting from the waist, open up the shoulders into your spinal twist to the right. We'll go to the right shoulder. Release the bind and we're going to spin all the way towards the left side. Turn the toes so that they're now parallel with the long side of the mat. And we're going to lean over our bodies here. Yes, that right sits bones comes off the mat. Coming down onto the forearms. Just relax into this twist with the spine. Keep your shoulders active. And press our way back up to a seated position. Draw your left heel back to the right hip. And we'll do our open cow face legs. So what that means is, doesn't matter where your feet are, you're trying to line the knees up together. Regardless, those hips need to be relaxed so that they can be square. Don't let them be angled at all, because then your spine is no longer nice and straight, and you want to make sure you're protecting the spine. So that left hand can reach up and back. Gotta get these shoulders loosened up for our practice today. You can either just pull on that elbow and do your stretch this way if you want to just work on getting that deeper. Or if you already have a good stretch in the shoulders, you can reach up the back with the right hand and see about touching fingertips behind for open cow face. Once you get to the position that you want, make sure you can line that spine up and relax as you breathe. Releasing the arms, we'll shift our weight back to the hands, untangle those legs, and straighten out into that staff pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw the left knee in, give it a good hug. Cross over that right leg. Hug the right knee in as you look over the left shoulder. And as we release the spine, we're going to go right into that twisted lizard. So we twist towards the right side of our mat. That left foot is going to also turn so it's parallel with the mat here. And lean over onto your forearms, lifting the left hip off of the mat. Relax into your stretch. And press your way back up. Again, draw that right heel back to that left hip and find your version of your open cow face legs. And this time we'll go with the right arm. Again, you can just deepen the stretch with that right elbow or go into your full open cow face by reaching up the back with the left hand, touching the fingertips behind. Remember, each side is a little bit different, so if you were able to reach on the other side, you might not be able to reach on this side, or vice versa. Eventually, we're going to be able to reach on both sides. So let's see how close you're getting. And release your bind. Untangle those legs, and we're going to swing them all the way around and come to our tabletop position, finding all fours. I'm going to stay facing you at first so I can show you some of these shoulder moves that we're going to do. So as we get into all fours, you still want to make sure that the wrists are in line with the shoulders and the knees are in line with the hips and that they're hip distance apart. We'll start with our cat-cow breaths, and just inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. I guess I could turn sideways for that part. You guys know this though. And exhale, tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the chin, coming up into cat. Inhale, return to cow. Exhale, into cats. And you just go at your own pace, back and forth between the two poses, following your breath. We'll finish one more set and then meet in a neutral spine. And this is where I'll face you here. So we're going to widen our stance with our arms a bit here. And we're just going to lean into the right shoulder and then come across and lean into the left. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, good. Right. Can you tell which shoulder I used to have issues with? Coming back to center in our tabletop position. We're going to come down to elbows and hands are going to come back behind the head. Remember, whenever we're in these positions, try to pull in the belly and you're going to get in a little bit of an extra workout there. But while we're here, we're going to go ahead and lift up the right elbow and then the left. 2, 3, 4, and last one on each side. Press yourself back up to our tabletop position. Toes touch. Let's go ahead and open those knees as wide as the mat, and we'll bring the hips back to the heels, stretch the hands forward as far as you can, and then sink the forehead to the mat. If this is more comfortable in your child's pose, you can always bring those hands back, stack them underneath the forehead. Whatever feels good for you today. Back up to our tabletop. Draw the knees so they're back in alignment with the hips. Starting with a fire hydrant pose, you're going to keep that bend in the right knee and bring it right out to the side, and then make big circles with the knees. Let's reverse the circles and kick up. Open up to your fire hydrant and come around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to kick the foot up and bend so that that heel comes as close to the bottom as you can get it. And you can stay right here. You don't have to go any further. If you'd like to try a balance, a bind, you're going to reach back with that left hand and catch the top of that right foot. we release the hand back down to the mat, extend that right foot long beside you. And thinking of cat-cow breathing here, as we're going to sink the hips back to the heel. That's our inhale. So we're going to arch the back like we're in a cow. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tail back for your tabletop. Inhale, come back, hips to the heel. That's our second. Third. Fourth. And fifth. Coming back up to our neutral spine, that left arm is going to reach up to the sky. Spinal twist. Try to get that left hand away from the right hand as far as possible, opening up those shoulders. Left hand is going to thread underneath the right, coming to that left shoulder, the left side of your face, and reach that right hand to the top of your mat. If you would like, you can reach all the way around and grab the inside of that left thigh, opening up the shoulders. Or this is another place you could always do a bind where you bring up your right leg and you would grab it. But you do whichever version you get a better stretch in. I'm feeling it better with my spine here today, so I'm going to stay here. And I'm pressing in with my right hand as I come into my left hand and come right up into a gate pose. So my right hand comes down that straightened right leg. The left hand is going to reach up into the sky, and I'm finding a mini back bend here with the right side, lengthening that left side. And my left hand is going to reach down for the earth. I'll spin so you can start to see this now. Left hand reaches down to the earth. My right hand will reach up and over. And I'll start with a supported side plank, lifting that right leg. Oh, my plants are getting kicked here today. Bend that right knee and reach back. Go ahead and do your bind if you'd like. So many chances for our binds today. And as we release that to the side, we're going to step all the way forward. And that right hand, left hand will come forward. Right into a crescent lunge. When we say crescent lunge, we always want to make sure that that right knee stays in line with the ankle, and you're opening up that left hip flexor, keeping that right hip pulled back so the hips do stay square. It's just the flexors that we're working here. And if you like, you can try to go into your back space a bit. And as you exhale, we'll bring the hands either down to the mat as you shift your weight back to that left leg, straightening the front leg, pulling the toes up in your half split, or maybe those arms can come back behind as you interlace. Rinse the shoulders and lean over that right leg. Release the right hand down and draw the right foot back to meet the left into our tabletop position. And we're going to repeat that then on the other side. So I never know, I guess I'll just say this. I think you guys get the idea of it. So we'll start with those hip circles. Start with the fire hydrant so that left knee comes out to the side, and begin doing your big circles with that left knee. 5 in each direction. Once you've done your 5, we're going to kick that leg up one last time and bend the knee. Feel free to stay right here, or if you want, you can find your balance. Reach back with that right hand to grab the left foot. As you release the hand down, that left foot's going to come out to the side. And again, we'll do our cat-cow breathing as we sink the hips back to the heel. So cow, arch the back as we come back to the heel. And then tuck in the tailbone as we come back up to table. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The right hand will reach up to the sky. Thread the right hand underneath the left, coming to your right shoulder. You can reach to the top of your mat, or again, back around. If you want to lift that left foot up off of the earth, or come into a bind, you do whatever version feels good for you today. But like I said, my back hurts, so I am going to go into just the bind for my back. Untangling, push back up, and we're going to come right into our gate pose. So that left hand will go on the straightened leg, the right hand goes up to the sky. And then we're going to reach all the way down to the earth. Left hand reaches up and over. Maybe lift that left foot up off of the sky. How about the ground? That's a good place. And then bend that left knee. There's the bind. Release. And return back to our tabletop position. I'm going to scooch back on my mat a little bit here so I can walk the hands forward and come into our puppy pose. So the knee stays in line with the hip, and we just sink the chest towards the mat. But we're going to extend our cat-cow breaths into even the puppy pose. So as we inhale, really reach down towards the earth. Exhale, try to arch back up. And inhale down. Exhale. And we'll do one more set. reach forward, lowering all the way down to the mat. Bring the right hand out to the side, like a T. And as we walk those fingertips away, we're gonna roll over onto the side, and that left foot is going to reach back behind us. So our body is on the side, left leg is opened up, left foot is back behind us. That left hand will support in front of the chest here. And we'll come back onto the belly, sliding the right hand in, walk the left hand out, roll onto that left side, and reach back with the right foot. And come back to center. Hands will come back alongside the body, and we're going to press into a cobra. Make sure that elbows stay pressed in and that the shoulders are staying pressed down. As we press up to your cobra, and relax back down to your mat. Inhale, press up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, press up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to come back to the tabletop position and go into our bear pose. So tuck the toes, lift the knees up off of the mat just a little bit, also called hovering table. And we're just going to tilt the pelvis from side to side just a little bit. So think about lowering one knee at a time. And go ahead and lift the hips up, coming all the way into your downward facing dog. And walk your dog out as it's your first time coming into this stretch. So press one heel in at a time. Maybe give a little bit of wiggle into the spine, or the hips, maybe a little bit more into the shoulders. As you begin to find stillness, downward facing dog is that upside down V position that we go for. And it looks however it looks for you. But what the goal is that you're looking past the feet. So your ears are lined up to your forearms. Those shoulders are actively pressing away from the earth. And that pelvis is tilting forward like we've been sitting. The heels are reaching towards the earth, which will straighten out the legs. Go ahead and soften the knees, and you can walk the feet up to the hands, coming into a forward fold. Keep the knees bent gently so you can rest your chest onto your thighs and find your ragdoll of choice. You can keep your hands on the mat if you feel a little wobbly. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Just really hang out. Try to think about relaxing from the waist up. Just letting go. Relax the hands. Bend the knees deeply and begin to roll all the way up to a standing position, finding our mountain pose. Mountain pose, as I always say, is one of our power poses. So you have energy flowing around you all the time. When we're in mountain pose, the energy is flowing down our backs. We want to make sure we don't get in the way of that, so we want to make sure the tailbone is tucked under. It grounds us as roots to the earth, to our mat. You want to make sure all four corners of the feet have equal weight. Engage those thigh muscles, so the lifting up off of the knee. Engage that core so you have a nice, stable, solid foundation. And our shoulders are pressing down and back. both hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. And exhale, forward fold. As we plant the hands, go ahead and step back to a downward facing dog. Shifting your weight to the left foot, we're going to lift that right leg up into a three-legged dog. And we're going to lower that knee down to the mat. So right knee is lowered. Tuck those toes. Lift the left leg up. And we'll lower it down. So this is what you'll do for a level 1, if you just want to lift it up and lower it down. If you want to go into a level 2 of this, as we lift up, we're going to straighten up the leg and then lower it back down. Straighten, lift, lower, down. Straighten, lift, lower, and down. So everybody's going to press all the way up. Now we're in a three-legged dog the other way. And we're going to do a scorpion. So bend that left knee as much as you can. Stack your hips so you're opening them up. Now you can stay right here, or you can come down to your right forearm, half of a dolphin, and then straighten your leg, straighten your arm. Scorpion, lower, straighten, straighten. Scorpion, lower, straighten, straighten. Now, draw that left knee into the body, and you're going to take a big step to the outside of your left hand. This is where it gets fun. So, stay here if you just like your lizard lunge and you want to stay in the lizard lunge without moving. Otherwise, we're going to switch. Doesn't sound bad, right? We're just going to jump switch. That's all. So, if you want, you can jump switch. 3, 4, and 5. Not bad, right? Right hand stays planted. So everybody in the lizard, left hand's going to come straight out to the side. You've got this. I know you can do it. We're going to draw that right knee in to the right elbow. In and out. In, out. 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Lower that left hand down. Come back to our plank. Keep those shoulders actively pushing away from the earth. Core is pulled in. And press the hips up. Find your downward facing dog. Shift your weight to the right foot. Left leg raises. Draw the knee into the nose. And we're going to lower that left knee. Tuck the toes. Again, if you want to just lift and lower, you can. That's awesome. That's perfect. Or as you lift, we're going to straighten that leg and lower. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everybody go head up to your three-legged dog. Find your scorpion. If you just want to do a scorpion and straighten, you can. If you want to go down to your half dolphin, scorpion and straighten, scorpion, straighten, 4, and 5. Woo. Draw that right knee in to find your lizard lunge. Pull my shirt down. Okay. Again, hang out here. Just wait for the next thing. Or we can do our jump switches for 5. Okay? right hand reaches out to the side. We're going to draw the left knee into the left elbow for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right hand down. Right foot comes back to meet the left. Plank. And we'll do your version of a vinyasa flow. If you want to lower your knees here, you can. If you want to keep them up and do a full chaturanga. Exhale as you lower to the earth. Inhale, lift up to the back bend of your choice. And press your way up to a downward facing dog. Bend both knees deeply, look to the top of your mat, and let's make our way there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. And we'll bring our hands through our heart center and open up alongside mountain pose. Do you see what kind of trouble we get into when you guys aren't here with me? That was our peak pose. So stick with me. If you made it, then move through the hard part. Find your breath. Let's inhale both hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your downward facing dog. Shifting our weight to the left foot, right foot raises. Three-legged dog. Right knee to that left elbow. Three-legged dog. Right knee to the left elbow. Straighten that leg out. And we're going to go ahead and sit down. As we come into sort of a close, not quite a wide straddle here. And we're just going to lean over towards the left foot. Coming back up to center, reach behind, draw that right foot in. And we're going to push our way up and over. Finding our three-legged dog. There goes my plant again. Down into a downward facing dog. Make your way square on the mat again. Sorry about that. Shift your weight to the right foot. Left foot raises. Three-legged dog. Left knee to the right elbow. Three-legged dog. Left to right. Straighten that foot out and rest it on the earth. You're going to go ahead and sit all the way down. And stretch over the right leg. As we sit back upright, left hand will come back behind. Left foot draws in. We're going to press our way up and over into our three-legged dog, down to a downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and bend both knees. And that left knee is going to cross behind the right. And we're just going to gently rock side to side here, so side, and then come back to the center. Lean over to the right, and center. 3, center, 4, and 5. Now, come back center, and we're going to sit our way all the way back. Just sit back into the stretch. Think of those open cow face legs we did at the beginning of the practice, and now we're doing them nice and stretched out. And roll your way back into tabletop. Go ahead and untwist the legs. That right leg is going to come back behind the left and lean over to the left and center. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back to center and sit squarely back. And make our way back up to our tabletop. Let's go ahead and swing our legs around. Am I doing okay? I'm doing okay. And we're going to find our cobbler pose. So the soles of our feet are touching. You can grab a hold of whatever feels good, either the shins, the ankles, maybe the big toes. Just make sure that the spine isn't compromised. You can feel that energy coming out of the crown of your head and nice and long, and you can just gently bounce the knees. And with your next exhale, we're going to press the elbows into the inside of your thighs, wherever they reach, and gently fold forward. And we'll back up to a seated position. So straighten that left leg out. And our left hand will be on the outside of the left leg, with the right hand reaching up and over for a side stretch. Flex those left toes and see about how far we can reach down over and over. Make sure you're lengthening and you're not just crushing down here. You want to stay nice and long. Keep that right knee open. We'll come back up through center, directly into our spinal twist to the right. Look over that right shoulder. Release back to center. Let's straighten out that right leg. And now we're in a more wide straddle instead of when we were coming from our fallen star into a narrower base. And wherever feels good, we're tilting that pelvis forward. So if it just feels good to sit right here, just enjoy the stretch and relax. If you want to go further, if you need to go further, walk the hands forward, relax the elbows, and you rest wherever it feels like a good stretch for you. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back. We'll draw that left foot in. And the right hand will go to the outside of that right leg. Left hand is going to reach up and over. You can see if you can touch. Just make sure you're lengthening and you're not just crumbling. Directly into a spinal twist, so left to right up through center, twist from the waist, look over that left shoulder. from that bind. Go ahead and bring both feet together at the bottom of our mat. And there you go. You guys aren't here, so I don't even know what the top or bottom of my mat is. But we're gonna roll down onto our backs. And plant your left foot. We're gonna lift that right foot up to the sky. We know we have to get those feet up in the air every single day, so we end our practice doing this. Make some circles with the ankles. And go in the opposite direction. We're going to walk the hands up the legs, lifting the shoulders as you go, and then walk back down. Walk up and down. If you'd like to add a little bit more to this, you can straighten your base leg, your left leg, and walk up and down. Up, down. One last time. Lift that left leg up to meet the right. And go ahead and bend your right knee and lower to your mat. And ankle circles with the left ankle. Go in the opposite direction. And again, walk up the leg and back down. 2. And if you want to straighten that base leg, and draw the right leg up. Go ahead and put both hands back behind the head. Elbows are going to stay wide, pulling the shoulders up off of the earth. Make sure you feel that imaginary piece of fruit underneath the chin. And you can just do your 10 basic crunches here. As you do it, you're going to try to lift the pelvis up as well, so you're extending from both the top and the bottom. As you relax the head, draw the knees into the chest. Give it a little rock side to side. You can release the left foot down. Go ahead and cross that right leg over the left. And if you want to go into your eagle legs, you continue to wrap the ankle all the way around. And we're going to go with the arms out to anchor you, so right directly out from your sides. And let both legs fall at the same time over to the left. If it feels good and you want to go a little further, look over that right shoulder. Draw the head up to center first, and then you can bring the legs up, untangle them, and begin by crossing the left over the right. And if you want to go into your full eagle legs, wrap that ankle around one more time. And then let both knees fall over to the right side. And if it feels good, look over the left shoulder. Draw the head up to center first and then the legs. Untangle those legs. Draw both arms down alongside the body with the palms pressing into your mat. Walk the feet as close to the body as you can get them, a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And as you press into the mat, you're going to peel the body up off of the mat. So tuck in the tailbone so that lower back presses in first, and then lift the hips up, pressing into a supported bridge. If you want to walk the shoulders together and interlace the fingers to do a bind and stretch a little bit further, go ahead and do that. Just make sure that you imagine you have a ball or maybe a block in between the knees so that your legs don't rock outward. If you have the bind, walk the shoulders back out and slowly roll that spine back down onto the mat. And we're going to straighten out the legs. And you want the feet coming out as wide as your mat. Your arms will be down alongside the body with the palms facing up as we find corpse pose so that you can come into your Shavasana at this time. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. If you'd like to add a blanket here or a pillow or add a sweatshirt or your socks or anything to make this a little bit more comfy or cozy, now would be the time to grab those. And we'll begin a body scan. The purpose of the body scan is to relax the entire body. I will be calling out different muscle groups and body parts for you to specifically relax, but however you visualize that to help you get into that state is up to you. My favorite is to think about stepping into a warm pool and feeling the water just slowly move up the body, and everywhere the water touches is what is being relaxed. Other times, the idea of your breath pulling that sensation up through the body works. But whatever you visualize, whatever works for you, let's begin by relaxing the toes. Relax the feet. Relax the calves. Relax the thighs. Relax the hands. Relax the arms. Relax the shoulders. relax the neck. Press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Release the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face. And you can begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, inviting gentle movements back into the body. Gently making your way to lie on one side, cradling your head with your arm. If you've been fortunate enough to be around little kids, you have seen the absolute wonder and amazement as a 2 or 3-year-old sees the world for the very first time. There are times that I wish that I could see the world that way again. And then I think, why can't I? Why can't I look at that snow the way I did when I was little and I couldn't wait to build forts and snowmen, instead of thinking of how it makes my body ache. And I just long for the warm days. When I see their eyes light up at the simple things, just seeing a favorite person or being able to smell the fresh baked cookies. Back when you felt like the entire world was open for you and there were no doors shut because of yourself or because of what you felt other people said. So I guess that's my challenge to myself and to you today, is to see the world through fresh eyes, seeing opportunities where our experienced eyes see challenges and doors closed. Be present in your moments. And live the ones that we have, instead of dreaming about what we don't have. Whenever you're ready, you can join me in a seated position. I always feel so grateful to be able to have this practice in my life and to be able to share it with people like you guys who come to class on either Mondays or Wednesdays or Thursdays. I just can't tell you enough, if you don't practice live, what a difference it makes when you're with other people, when you share each other's energy and you form that community and the bonds. So I miss you guys, and I am grateful for this opportunity to practice with you even this way. Thanks for joining me and letting me be a part of your yoga journey. So, as we traditionally end, I offer you namaste. until next time, I'll see you guys soon.